This is Jeff from Outdoors with Jeff, coming to you from sunny Las Vegas, Nevada, and you are listening to the Black Smoke Barbecue Podcast. Welcome to Black Smoke Barbecue. We are a collaborative group that focuses on different aspects of barbecue from pitmasters from all across North America. Barbecue is a culture, and we discuss topics, ideas, and the methods of it on the Black Smoke Barbecue Podcast. Our mission is to spotlight those lesser-known content creators in backyard barbecue, catering, food truck operations, as well as the African-American experience in modern-day barbecue. Sit back, relax, listen, and enjoy the show.
All right, y'all, we are live, and you are listening to and watching the Black Smoke Barbecue Podcast. Black Smoke Barbecue is not just the code we live by, but it's the culture we embody. I'm your host, Brandon from BKC Cooks. We got some brothers from the crew on here today, man. We got some heavy hitters. We're going to start with my brother, Alton, the dog father. What's going on, Alton?
What's cracking? Man, I get excited every time I know we're about to do a podcast. Get to hang out with my brothers and chop it up, so let's get into it.
No doubt. And we got Charlie Maverick. Charlie, what's going on, brother?
What's up, man? Hey, I'm just happy to be back on the pod. I had took a little hiatus. I was busy. Work had me all wrapped up, but I'm so happy to talk to my brothers right now.
Hey, we glad you punched out of there, man. It's good to have you back.
Yeah, they let me loose.
Do we have to start singing the spirituals, or are we okay?
Wait, do we got to slide our feet when we walk too?
You better shuffle, baby. You know what to do.
Have some stuff on your back.
And of course, we got our resident poet, T from T-Dub Barbecue. T, what's going on, bro?
Man, what's happening, fellas? It's good to be back on another episode.
No doubt. Always good to have you. And then we have our fearless leader, Jeff from Outdoors with Jeff. What's going on, man?
Man, what's going on? We finally cleaned up from the Super Bowl out here in Vegas, so I'll be back on the podcast.
The streets aren't running with blood anymore. Y'all got it all taken care of?
Got it all cleaned up, brother.
My man. Well, yeah, I tell you what, man. I think since the last time we were on here, Super Bowl happened, but we also had the NBA All-Star Game. And now that's a hot topic here with the brothers on the podcast because it was a bit unsatisfactory.
Hey, it was, but hold up, dog. Hold up. I can't let you just gloss over that Super Bowl now.
Hey, let's talk about that. Let's do it.
Yeah, man. Come on now. I mean, especially, we had it out there in our boys' hometown and everything.
But, Okay, but let me give just a slight bit of pushback. Do we need to go over it? I told y'all before. You're a fool to bet against Mahomes in a pressure situation.
You right.
My homie.
Yeah.
My homie.
Exactly.
My homeboy.
That's my homie.
Hey, man, look here. Okay. I picked the 49ers.
I know. I was there.
it.
Why?
I was there.
Said it. Well, you know what? I picked them from the beginning of the season. Especially the way they came out there and mollywopped them Cowboys. I said, okay, yeah, they're going to go and do what they got to do.
But they're the Cowboys, though.
But, you're right. But you know what? Here's the thing. As I said before the game, I wasn't going to be mad either way. I wanted a good game. I kind of wanted the 49ers to win just because I felt like they got the raw end of it last year with injuries and everything. But, hey, the better team won this year, and it's all good. But, more importantly, y'all missed out, man. We had some grub right here on Barbecue Boulevard.
Indeed.
And my man Brandon showed
Wait,
up.
stop.
Man, come on,
G14 classified.
man. Come on,
It's
man.
G14 classified, sir.
I can't
Go
talk
ahead
about
and lay
it.
it on him. Go ahead. You know what?
Okay.
Go ahead and lay it on him.
Now look here. Let me take a little look. See, Slim. So here we had some jerk chicken, guys.
Oh.
I mean, I
yeah.
marinated this jerk chicken for what 3-4 days.
It was
man,
jerked
and-
down to the bone.
Man,
you
I mean,
dig?
I
Pause.
thought it was phenomenal. I even went and got the red stripe, bro. Yes, I did say red
Oh,
stripe.
you talking about
We
language
had
now.
the red stripe, we had the jerk chicken, we had the rice and peas. I even made some festival. I mean, we over here, man, cutting up, having a great time. Everybody's just The door opens. And in walks the voice with that luxurious mane with a tray of macaroni and cheese.
Oh, that's
When
the
I
$1
tell
million mac
you-
and cheese.
When I tell you, Brandon came in with this mac and cheese, Brandon came in with this mac and cheese. I mean, everybody stopped what they was doing, start getting into this mac and cheese. Jean grabbed the mac and cheese. She taking it around, making sure everybody got. Bro, I don't know what the hell kind of G14 classified crack you put in that mac and cheese. But bruh, that wasn't no ordinary mac and cheese. That stuff was on point.
I appreciate that, brother.
Man. I want
Yeah.
the recipe, bro. I want the recipe.
I told you, man, I have to fine tune it, man. A lot of it is just in my head, you know.
I'll take the reject.
It's look, it's just a combination of a little French technique and an assortment of fine cheeses. Nothing special.
Man, nothing special. Well,
Nothing
I'll tell
special,
you
huh?
what, you
Yeah.
had all us fooled. We thought it was something special. I went, hey, bro, I was over here getting my strut on thinking I did something. Then all of a sudden, everybody was like, what chicken? Dog, we got mac and cheese over here. I'm like, oh, really? Okay. Okay. No, it was good, man. It
It's
was
funny
good.
because when I walked in the house, you know, I'm saying hi to everyone, and Jean happened to walk into the kitchen, and she said, "Hey, what you got?" I said, "Mac and cheese." And I want you to taste this. I want to get your seal of approval, you know, before everybody else digs into it. And she was like, "Okay, I'm checking it out right now, man." She rips foil off, gets some on the plate. I forget what you were doing, but she literally spun you around and dragged you over to the stove. She was like, "You have to try this now." And then Alton tasted it. He just gave me that look like,
Straight face.
Man.
so I grabbed a plate. Like I said, I had the full Jamaican setup, man. I had my red stripe. We go out to the patio. We were watching the game, and I think I came in around just before halftime to watch the Usher concert. Bro, I walked in. I was a celebrity, bro. Everybody, are you the one who made the mac and cheese? I was shaking hands and kissing babies in there, man. So it went over well.
Yeah,
It went
it
over
did.
well.
Yeah, it did. It was on point, bro. Here, and man, look here. I thought I did something.
You did.
You know,
You did. Everything was great, man.
Hey, and like I tell y'all, I'm not a baker, but I even by strong request by Jean and my daughter, I even made the coconut cake.
That cake was good, dude.
Man,
That
but
cake was
mac
good.
and cheese, boy.
No, don't gloss over that cake. That cake was good, bro.
Man,
For
I
real.
appreciate you, man. Because like I said, I am not a baker.
You keep saying that, but you keep cranking out these delicious
Right,
pastries.
Hey, well, you know, I did sleep at a Holiday Inn Express once, so
Well, that'll do it. That'll do it.
no, it was a fantastic time, man, hanging out with everybody and having everybody over for the Super Bowl and having some fantastic foods, man. But I just wanted to make sure I gave Brandon his flowers on that with
I
that mac and
appreciate that,
cheese,
brother.
man, because that was some good stuff, bro. That was some good stuff.
Thank you.
All right, now we can get on to this NBA because I see Jeff is over there. He ready to go on and get into it. So go on, Jeff.
Jeff is hot.
No, man, I just listen. They say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result. How long are we gonna keep talking about this All-Star game? How long are we gonna keep talking about it? Because this thing has gone from bad to worse to horrible to despicable to man, listen, and this is the thing. Like when we sit back and we look at this thing and we look at I text Charlie and I just got a new proposal. Hold on, let me pull up the list here because I just said we just gonna blow this thing up and start from scratch because I think we don't have to get rid of everything, but we can make some changes to make this more of an enjoyable Sunday, right? So we're not sitting here wasting our time. Celebrity game, I was cool with. That was fine. I mean, we saw a little bit of, you had some folks out there getting it done.
No, you had a ball hog from Dallas.
Hey, look,
saying.
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. That bro may have a second career. He may just go on ahead and get out there. That just may be his thing.
Come on now.
Hey, look, listen. That's the only trophy he's gonna take home. I'll tell you that much.
That's true.
That's the only trophy he's gonna take home.
Hey, wait, hold up. Wait, y'all hear that? Shots fired.
Yep.
But in all honesty, when we look at this thing here, we look at the skills competition and all that stuff. Just go ahead and take out the dunk contest, right? Or figure out a way to make it better. Just some of the stuff we don't have the headliner folks participating in this thing,
right?
And that's the whole problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the 3-point, I mean, more people are in tune with the 3-point contest than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So from that aspect of it, now this is what I texted Charlie on the All-Star side of it. Just go ahead and eliminate that. Nobody needs to be putting up 211 points. We're not playing any defense.
No.
And the suggestion I had to Charlie, and I want to see what y'all think about this. Just go ahead and make it a G League All-Star game, and get the winners to sign a contract. Get these boys out there, make them play. Turn it into something different where folks can really get excited about seeing some hard ball and some folks that are going into something that are playing with some heart, and not this thing of just going up and just letting somebody go down. I mean, they look like they're at practice, man.
Well, it is an exhibition game, though.
It is, but at
That's
the
the
same
problem.
time, man,
you can still play defense though.
Yeah.
But that's,
I mean,
that's
well, you know what? You put something on it to make it, incentive based.
they should do like Major League Baseball.
The winners, like the World Series, they get the home. Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's one of them. Yeah,
Absolutely, man. And I think even assign some type of point system for seeding. If your superstar balls out and becomes the MVP of the All-Star game or wins some other award in that All-Star game, should your team make it to the playoffs, put a kicker in there to bump you up one seed. You're going to have to do something to make these guys play. And I understand that guys don't want to, same way the NFL guys they don't do crap in the Pro Bowl anymore. Because you know what? There's a lot of money on the line. Every game you play is a risk. I get it. And I'm all for everybody getting their money and staying healthy. But for that event to continue to be a draw, there's going to have to be some skin in the game. And, again, I'm a bit extreme, but yeah, there needs to be something on the line. Just seeing a bunch of people show up there, and it's just basically become a party that whole
big
weekend.
party. Oh yeah.
but I enjoy that though.
That's fine.
I might be the odd man out.
No,
I
I'm not.
enjoy the party.
Hey, I say enjoy it, but that game should be enjoyable.
See, I don't ever.
It's laughable the way they do it now.
It was that bad. I didn't see it this year. It was that bad.
Dude,
Yeah,
it
it's
was
laughable.
211 points by one team, and the other one was 185 or something like that.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Come on.
It was
Because
yeah,
even
it was,
back in the day when you had Kobe, Jordan, Allen Iverson, T-Mac, people like that, they let each other kind of do stuff, but it still had some level of defense.
Oh, it's worse.
like
now.
you weren't just gonna come in the hole and do something crazy. Like you had to kind of work for it, and then they really balled out near like the last quarter,
right
because they was
that
actually trying
way
to win.
anymore.
You know,
That way anymore.
Wow. Yeah, I don't think I've
Ain't been
watched
that
the
way for a
All-Star
minute.
game in about probably about 4 or 5 years, maybe. I watched like the dunk contest, the shootout, and the 3-point stuff like that. But like I normally forget, and that says a lot because I used to always watch the All-Star game when
You
Sunday
know what?
came.
We'll get to this dunk competition here in a second because I know there's a conversation to be had. But but talking about the actual game, I mean, me personally, I like seeing these guys cut up. I like seeing getting out of the offense, shooting from half court, every now and then, whatever. You know what I mean? What I don't like seeing is when you have particular players come out and their only mindset is, I want the MVP trophy. Like you could clearly see that, from Damon. Lillard wanted that MVP. Personally, I thought Halliburton, being it was in that Indiana hometown, he came in hot, rained off, I think, what was it, 5 threes like in 20 seconds or something. But no, I thought he came out, he was doing his thing, but then Damian Lillard was like, no, I want the MVP. And he started jacking up shots. And then, Cat from the Timberwolves decided he wanted the same thing. He actually scored 50 points. 50 points, dude, on a losing team. Shot, 50 points.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
it was definitely different. Before the game even started, I'd even told Gene, I was like, man, I wonder if this is going to be the year somebody finally gets 200 points.
You're right.
It's nuts.
And
Should
boy,
put
did
money
they.
on it.
Wow.
Yeah, you take
I
the
know-
over on that one.
I know it's hard to believe, but I've never played sports at a high level.
Shut up.
I don't even know what's worse, man. The fact that you said that, or we just all bust out laughing.
You ever watch my videos? It ain't hard to figure out. But look, man, here's the deal. I don't care if it's All-Star. I don't care if I'm in the backyard with my kid. I don't care if it's a video game. Bruh, you not scoring 40 or 50 points on me.
Nope.
Yeah.
Dude, that's it. I stab you. I kneecap you. I do whatever it takes. I don't care what it is. And the fact that there is no competitive spirit in that game,
Yeah.
I mean, none. Like you were saying back in the day, and I know us old guys, we always like to, harken back to the old days, but those superstars had some pride. And yeah, it was easier. It was lighter. They weren't going to let anyone get hurt or anything. But if y'all watch The Last Dance during that final, the second run, I believe it was, I can't, but at any rate, Jordan was in the locker room at the All-Star game. And everybody on the Eastern All-Star team was talking about Kobe and what Kobe was going to try to do. And they was like, well, no, he's not coming in here with that.
Yep.
Because it's like, okay, you could let this kid shine and get out there and score 60 points, but you showed up and let him do it. What's that saying about you?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
where's
also
your
in a game
competitive
that-
spirit?
But it's also in a game that doesn't count.
But don't it? You came there and you
Counts to
suited
me.
up. You put your shoes on, bro. Like if it doesn't mean anything, why hold it?
No, I
Exactly.
agree, but I also look at it like, honestly, does it really count? Seriously.
I mean, it doesn't, but and that goes back to my point. It should.
It's for the fans,
Yeah, and then they
do the
always-
fans
Exactly.
justice.
They're always changing the rules of how you become an all-star. I remember they had a little point where they let the fans vote. So it's
Yep.
like they do all these different things, and then I wonder if that has anything to do with people pretty much not caring. Because I saw something this year about if you missed so many games, you weren't eligible to play.
Yeah. That's
And
why
different
what's
stuff.
the name?
weren't
Embiid can't be the MVP now. Because if
Correct.
you miss so
Yeah.
many games, you're excluded from all of the postseason awards.
You better not load balance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what
Yeah,
they're trying to.
Yeah.
trying to
Well,
get
but
rid
I'll
of.
tell you what, I agree with that.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I
I'm
can
gonna
see
tell you
that,
what.
though. Yeah,
For as much money as it costs to go to a game,
absolutely.
Yeah.
and you taking your kid or you taking your family.
Oh,
Hey
boy.
man, I'm gonna tell you what. So I have 4 children. I've never taken my entire family to a game. I've taken my son to a game,
You
taken
gotta
my
win the
wife to
lotto.
a game. Bro, I might as well go on vacation. And I'm not being facetious here.
Yeah.
But to take my family of there's 6 of us. So by the time you park, buy tickets, buy something to eat, a drink, and God forbid you get a souvenir.
Oh Lord.
5 people? I mean 6 people?
Yeah.
Go to Universal.
Yeah. Dude, I'm looking at well over $2,000.
Yeah.
Unless I want to, hang from the rafters.
So you must not know about that old rule from the hood, man. All right.
You talking about the one where you sneak in the back door?
I'm gonna take y'all in here. Y'all ain't hungry. You don't want nothing. Don't ask for nothing. Don't look at nothing.
But again, if you gonna do all that, stay at home and watch it on TV.
Nah, you right.
You know,
dude. To your point, Brandon, there was, I think it was a couple of years ago. My brother-in-law, my father-in-law, we went to Charlotte to watch the Hornets play the Lakers.
Oh, I remember
we
that.
were so ready. I told you about this, man.
Yeah.
It's still hot over this. So we went to see LeBron. So he was he was supposed to play. We sat down and we were good. We were in the hotel room, like getting our sip on. We were tipsy when we sat down, and they started to call the starters, the lineup, and we were like, why is LeBron and AD not dressed? What the man? We sobered up so quick. We was
bet
hot.
you did.
Yeah.
Street clothes.
Because they didn't knock anything off your ticket when those guys decided not to play.
Yeah.
No.
And they're
It's
not
injustice.
And I can
like
see
tonight,
legit reasons like injuries and stuff like that.
Sure.
But
Hey,
just
wouldn't
because
hurt.
you're trying to rest somebody for the
Yeah, they
wouldn't
playoffs or whatever. Come on, man.
They wouldn't hurt.
that I don't agree with.
But that's the problem that the NBA has to face. I mean, I get it. Adam Silver did a little bit this year with the, with that 65 game rule or whatever. But when you look at it, man, you have to look at the product that you're putting out for these folks that are spending their hard earned money. And that's the thing that people have got to understand. I mean, if you don't hear about that in the NFL. And I get it. They play more games. You don't even hear about it in baseball. But in terms of that, it's not a level of pride associated with that to where, hey, I'm going to get up and I'm going to show out. I'm going to do what I got to do for these folks that are putting their ass in the seat, paying the salaries.
But
And
you know why?
That's well, yeah. But at the same time, though, man, like they've got to listen. Okay, so what's the difference between 15 years ago and now when it comes to that?
They making 40, 50, 60 million a year.
But so from that standpoint, it's something we got to do. Either just cancel it or do something or get some folks in there that are going to play. I couldn't care if I was watching high schoolers. If they were just showing that they got something rather than taking up a premium slot. Think about it. There was nothing going on that Sunday.
Nothing.
It could have been it could have been something else on, whatever the case may be.
And we
Or
waited
if they're gonna
all day to see this game too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I wasn't home that day, so
It's
Yeah.
It used to be like 2:00, 2:30 in the afternoon or whatever. Now it's not
Yeah.
until prime time, and we waited all day
Exactly.
to see what we saw.
it's a bit insulting, man, because at the end of the day, you're not respecting people's time, you're not respecting their money, and for the true hardcore fans, you're not respecting their loyalty.
No.
yeah,
No, you're not.
good point.
Exactly. And then after we get a press conference of all the players talking about, well, I don't know what we could do to make it more competitive. Well, you just played in the damn game.
Compete, yeah.
Try.
Yeah, compete.
Put your
That's it.
hands up. Put your hands up
And
for
you know-
something.
I was talking to Gene about this, and I said, man, if you really seriously look at it, being selected to the All-Star team is a double-edged sword. Yeah, you get the accolades of, oh, you're an All-Star, you're this, you're that, you blah, blah, blah. But think about it. If you don't get selected, you got a week off during the middle of the season. You get selected, now you got to go to wherever it is. You got to do all these events. You got to do all your press, all of this and that and the other, blah, 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 yada. How many days of rest do you actually get?
Well, you know what? To that, I don't know if it's still that way now, but I know there used to be incentives in guys' contracts where if they made the All-Star team, they got a kicker. So
Yeah, but think about it, man. If you already making 50, $60 million a year, a season, there ain't really that much more incentive. I mean, so we gonna up you to 55 million instead of 54 million?
But
That
it
ain't
shouldn't
really-
always be about the money, though. You know what I mean?
But you know
let's,
it
let's,
is.
Let's reflect back on Kobe. Kobe, man, RIP.
That's
Kobe
not
came out there
fair.
and played.
That's not a fair.
Yes, he did.
so
Look,
did
now-
Jordan.
Now,
Jordan,
Oh, yeah.
you talking about people that are absolutely wired differently.
And they should be wired.
know,
This is what they
but
do all
you
the
can't.
time.
That's like me telling you, well, Charlie, you see that Kobe can dunk. How come you don't dunk like Kobe dunks? You can't. Kobe, Jordan, Tiger Woods, all of these guys are wired different. They're the anomalies.
That's true. They
They're
are.
the anomalies.
Yeah.
That's
you
true.
look at
man.
let's get to the next tier. The next tier of players. They ain't that way. They want the bag. All of them want the bag.
Yeah.
And
You know,
what?
I was just listening to Shaq's podcast here the other day, and they had Dr. J on there, and and they talk about how they start talking like all the NBA talking about NBA players and this and the other, and who's the greatest and blah blah. And people always want to say, well, LeBron is the best ever, and Kobe was the best ever, and Michael was the best ever. Well, what about Dr. J? What about Oscar
Bill
Robertson?
Russell.
What about Bill Russell? What about all of these guys from back in the day? I mean, and that's why I always say when people ask me, who's the greatest one, you can't really compare the different eras.
You can't.
You
can't.
can have who's the best in this era, who's the best in that era. You can probably have that conversation, but to say who's the greatest of all time, that's so disrespectful. Jordan went and dunked from the free throw line. Okay, Dr. J did that.
Yep.
You paid homage to Dr. J, but now you're the greatest. What? Because you won. Jordan didn't win 6 championships by himself. And I don't want to hear this argument about well, Jordan didn't lose this and Jordan didn't lose. Jordan didn't do this by himself.
Bro, Jordan was running around Las Vegas, going from hotel to hotel looking for Dennis Rodman.
Yup. For sure.
The dude was cold. I ain't gonna lie, man. The dude
Yeah.
was
Oh,
cold.
yeah.
But
He was
but I
cold,
can't
but-
say he's the greatest ever. I mean, that's to
He
me that's
won't-
just
he
so
won't
highly
even-
disrespectful. No, he won't.
He won't take that.
He ain't that full of himself.
Whenever he will actually answer that question, he'll tell people straight up. He's like, no. He's like, how can that possibly be true? He was like, do you know how many people there are in that conversation
Yep.
who I never even played against? He was like,
Yep.
I couldn't even sit here and be truthful with myself and tell you I'm better than Oscar Robertson or I'm better than Bill Russell or I'm better than I didn't play against those guys. He was like, so I have no way to gauge that. And again, he was like, I'm a pretty arrogant guy, but I'm not arrogant enough to say I'm better than those guys. He was like,
I bet you if he had a time machine, he'd go back and do it.
Hey, but
trust me,
LeBron,
he
though,
would. Trust me, he would go back and do it. If he had a time machine, brother, he would crank that thing right back to the middle of that Celtics run and try his best to dethrone Bill
you know
Russell.
what?
He would have been in the weight room earlier.
Hey, that brings up an interesting little situation here in my head. If you did have this magic time machine, take players like Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown or LeBron even. Could they go back and play with the likes of Xavier McDaniels?
Nah.
and
LeBron
Charles
could.
Oakley?
I think LeBron could, yeah.
LeBron's
LeBron
big
could.
enough.
Because
I don't
LeBron
know,
is big
man.
enough and he's
He
physical. He can get physical, but
Does
I
he have
think
that heart?
yeah, I think
Does
that
he have that heart though? For real,
I think so.
I think
so,
he
too.
because you remember when he started. He
Yeah.
in the new cat. He's been in the league for a long time.
And
so
he
he was
He
at
was
the
catching
tail
hell,
end.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think the difference with LeBron was when he went to Miami, his demeanor changed a little bit because he had, for the first time ever, he had to be the bad guy because everybody loved him all through school and stuff. But when he went to Miami, you could see it on his face, you could see it in his body language, how he played. He kind of got it back some, but I think if he was in that era, because he was beasting now back in the day, and he's a little older now, so he can't really do like he used to. But I think like a LeBron coming out the gate, yeah, I think he could.
Hey, LeBron may not be doing it like he used to, but he's still doing it pretty damn good.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
He's still doing it better than 95% of the
Dude,
league.
Every single
and
one
he-
of them
playing with
players
that
on the
heart.
speaks to
Lakers.
something.
Yeah.
That speaks to something because that goes back to the All-Star game. You know, that pedigree.
Yeah.
You know, why ain't y'all getting paid all this money and LeBron is up here? What is he? Almost 40 years old.
39.
You know,
He's 39,
but
I believe.
I got a question,
Dude, but he's
I just
wired
thought about
differently.
something. The little tournament thing they was having.
The in-season tournament.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
season tournament.
Do you
Yeah.
all think that might have something to do with kind of how the All-Star game
No,
turned
because
out?
you know what? When the in-season tournament happened, look at what happened when they actually got to the actual tournament. All of the teams that actually got there kicked up their play.
Oh, they were
What's,
playing.
the, what's the
They-
incentive
and-
though?
They had
The
a good.
incentive
They
was
had
that
really,
each-
really
And
good.
see, that's what I'm saying. Maybe there's no incentive to
So
compare.
was a
them
financial
to.
incentive.
It was
yeah.
financial, but here's the difference, though. It was every single player on the team.
Yep.
Got
Every
kicker.
last one.
It wasn't just LeBron or AD that has the top salaries. It's those guys down at the bottom of the roster that don't have any money. And LeBron, came out and AD came out and said, you know what? We gonna do every damn thing we can to get y'all this bonus. And that's what they did. And they came together and they played hard. LeBron played hard. Of course, the other team, same thing, dude. They want to get their guys that money. So it was a money incentive, but it made sense because you had players that don't have the bag. So they went
You know
out
what
and
I
they
miss?
balled.
You know what I miss? Let's bring back the Rock and Jock B-Ball Jam. If we gonna do this, let's bring that back, man.
Yeah, I used to love
Come on,
Rocky Jock.
MTV. Come on, MTV. That
What
was,
the hell
that
is
was
that?
like the
The 30-point
part of the
shot or
weekend.
something like that.
Yeah, man. And they
Man.
raised the basket
No.
like I don't know.
What you do, though, man, in all honesty, what you do is you look at Ice Cube is on to something with that big three, man.
Oh yeah, I love the big 3.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And you look at some of the stuff that the big three that he brought up, they started doing in some of the all-star stuff in previous years where you played to a total.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't that you just go play just to play until the clock. No, you played they played their 3 quarters or whatever, and then they got to the fourth, and it was a point total that was given. Okay, first one of this wins.
That's
You know?
how you make people play.
So and I thought that it was more competitive. So this year when I turned it on, I was like, hold up, East versus West. I ain't seen that in a few years. You know, it used to be
They had captains and they were picking teams.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so
I
they
forgot
went back
about
to
that.
East versus West, and now we got what we got.
They need consistency, man. You know,
Dude, but
if they
what's
switch
funny-
it up
It's always
every other
changing stuff
year,
around.
yeah.
What was funny was when after the game was done and they went to go give the trophy, man, did you hear how just disgusted the commissioner
Yeah,
sounded
yeah.
when he was giving the trophy?
No,
Exactly.
I didn't pay it any attention.
I saw that. But it was heated.
man. They know they
Is
got,
he-
but you know what? That's all good. Go on, Jeff. Let's get on to this dunk competition, man. Go on, man. Go
Man,
on.
well, what do y'all think? What do y'all want to see, man? Because from a standpoint of like getting, I don't know, man. It's like, think about it. You got McClung in there. I think the only who was it from the Celtics that was in there?
Jaylen Brown overpaid Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, yeah. And
He
then he's
$305 million for 5 years, and he ain't even the best player on his team.
Sure ain't. Hey, I'm hot about that because the Celtics is my team, dude. I was hot. I'm like, yo,
Dude,
I
he
ain't
got
let him
a
get
big
that
agent.
contract, man.
He got
Bro,
a good
I ain't
agent.
mad at him. If he can get that money, get that money, bro. If
Why
that's
you
what
ain't
they gonna
trade
pay
for
him,
him?
three. Come on, man.
Anyway, yeah.
And he was in
We
the dunk
digress.
competition. The kicker was, okay, Joe, I'm sorry, I'm just steamrolling here, but this fool went and did this dunk. He went and did the dunk. I supposed to be paying homage to D Brown, where he goes up. Remember back in the day, D Brown did the
Yeah,
dunk where
yeah.
he covered his eyes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
This fool went up, dunked the ball, and then covered his eyes on the way down to the ground. I was like, what?
Whack.
Come on, man.
They need a prerequisite.
scared.
They need a
It
They don't
was
make
prerequisite.
them like they
spurred.
used to.
Yeah, they need like a level of dunks that you have to complete to enter. Something like
Man.
that.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing, man. McClung has opened up a door that I think they need to go through. And that is this dude is not NBA. He's in the G League.
Exactly.
You got this guy wants to come make a name for himself. And he's got the talent. What's the difference, honestly speaking? You think about these guys that's in the G League. A lot of them. What's the difference between them and a lot of these guys that's on NBA rosters?
Opportunities and agents.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And that's
more
what
hungry
it is.
too.
It's
And
like
they
that,
hungry.
bro. It's
It
like
is.
that.
It is. So you know what? Matt McClung comes in and did his thing last year. Made all these fools in the NBA look like y'all ain't doing nothing. He comes in this year. The level of competition that he had going against him, I don't even know how Jaylen Brown made the finals. And I'm not being, and I don't mean that to be disrespectful to the guy, because the guy obviously has skill ability. Yes, I said skill ability. Y'all feel free to use that word. But Matt McClung was just on a different level.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if y'all heard the whole thing that Stephen A. Smith was talking about. Have y'all heard any of that?
Which part?
Yeah.
Where he was talking about how to better the dunk competition going down the road. And he was talking about, and Jeff, straighten me out here because I don't know if I got all of this correct or whatever, but I think the gist of it was something to the effect of bringing guys in that are G leaguers or even people that's not even in the league, people that's the random guys out at Rucker Park or whoever, and have them come and be sponsored into the dunk competition by NBA players.
Yeah.
Was that what it was?
Kind of get like and kind of get, have a few players kind of serve as like a coach or whatever the case may be, but have these guys and offer them, I think he said like $1 million for the winner, $500,000 for runner up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And really get some folks in there that just have some damn heart that are trying to show something and do something. Exactly. And that's the thing, man. It's like, but that's the whole thing with it. And that's the point I was trying to make earlier, talking about the G League game on the instead of the All-Star game, because look at Mac McClung. He's a G Leaguer. He's coming up doing that in the dunk contest, and it's 2 years in a row now.
Yeah.
The dunk contest, man, was not where it needed to be this year.
If I could just give one little tidbit on that, again, y'all, I am a bit of an extremist. So this is my first time hearing about that proposal about bringing in outsiders and all that stuff. I find that to be absolutely pathetic.
It's gotten to this point.
That would even be on the table. You have the best players on the entire planet.
Supposedly,
right?
Supposedly.
And then
opportunity.
The proposal is you're going to bring in literal people off the street to come and entertain your fan base. That don't bode well for your future, bro.
But you know what? You think about it. Those are people that are hungry, dude. These guys are spoiled. They get all the money in the world. They stay in all the hotels. They fly everywhere. They're, like you just said, which I think is pretty damn arrogant for people to think, oh, they're the, best in the world. What about these fools that's off over there in Africa somewhere playing with a freaking milk crate up on a tree? They can jump out this world.
It's time to start giving them a look.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's more talent out there. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And that goes back to the whole heart of why you're doing what you're doing, whatever the case may be. I mean, let's keep this in mind. They just, think about the Olympics. Think about this this last tournament that we had where we ended up losing. And that's the whole thing. Like, okay, well, I'm not going to get in there because I'm not playing for no. That's the whole thing, man. It's like if that's where your head is at when it comes to that, and it's all about a check, then just say it's all about a check. But don't sit up here like I was literally getting pissed off sitting watching the end of game press conferences with these dudes talk about, well, I got to figure out. I mean, I don't know what they can do. You're the answer. You're the one playing. Just play 10 minutes a D. You don't even have to give a whole something. Just give a few minutes.
Y'all can sub out. Y'all can sub out, man.
Yeah. Well, and I mean,
So
But
here's
just crazy,
another.
man.
I want to throw this in there because talking specifically about dunk competition, and I think one of y'all had said earlier, well, you don't even have the top players, in the league that's in the dunk competition, whatever. Why should they get into it? And I say that because look at how pathetic the judges are. You look at some of these scores that these judges are throwing out there, man, and how they. Okay, what's Aaron Gordon? That fool should have won the dunk competition when he was in it. Everybody saw that. Everybody saw that. But you get judges that give him bad scores just because? People like Shaq, love Shaq to death, shouldn't have an opinion. You never were in it.
Yep.
I don't want to hear this. Oh, well, if you miss a dunk, well, now you can't get this score. It has to be this score. And you have people like Kenny Smith, who was in the dunk competition, who had said, well, no, if they miss a dunk and they come back and they execute the dunk and whatever, blah, 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 they should still be entitled to the score. You're damn right.
Yeah, it's best of 3.
Yeah, I mean, I think they got to tighten up with the judges. They got to tighten up to try and get the better talent in there to be the entertainment. But if I am a LeBron James, I don't agree with this whole notion that, oh, well, the dunk competition is in its sad state because LeBron James never got into it. Really? One person not getting in it? Yeah,
that's one
person. Well, Jordan, I don't care. Stop with me about get off your knees with Jordan. I don't want to hear that no more. If Jordan got into it, it's because Jordan wanted to get into it. If Neek got into it, it's because Neek wanted to get into it. Not every player has to do this just because that player did it.
Right.
If LeBron didn't want to get into the dunk competition, cool. You got however many other players out there that still want to get into it. Well, okay, we're watering down the competition because, LeBron didn't get into it. So now the superstars feel like they don't have to get into it because LeBron didn't get into it. So then call them out for being followers if that's the situation. But at the same time, get judges in here to know what they're doing. I understand that these are judges that some of them have been in dunk competitions and whatever, but maybe they're out of touch with what's going on because some of the scores I saw, getting thrown out was just atrocious. And I don't even, again, I don't mean to sound disrespectful, but I don't even understand how Jaylen Brown got some of the scores he got. His dunks were so freaking basic.
Name cachet, man. That's what it is.
It's all a farce.
Man, we're going to be on this all day, man. I think we better go take a break or something.
So we go around the table before we leave and tell everybody where to find us on social media. Alton, tell them where to find you on the social media platforms.
Absolutely, man. I am The Dogfather's Barbecue, DAWGFATHASBBQ. You can find me everywhere. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and the Threads.
All right, yeah, the Threads. Don't forget about the Threads. We always forget about the Threads. Yeah. Jeff, tell them where to find you, man.
You can find me at Outdoors with Jeff on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Threads, and Instagram.
Yeah. Brother Brandon, tell them where to find you on the social medias.
You can find me everywhere except for, what do they call that thing now? X or Twitter, whatever they call it.
Yeah,
I'm not on it, whatever it is. But everywhere else, everywhere else you look, you can find me and my luxurious mane at BKC Cooks. Look for that and you will find me.
Yes, sir. And T, tell them where to find you on the platforms.
Oh, man. You can find me at tdub.bbq on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Threads. And I think that's it.
And I am Charlie Maverick. You can find me everywhere, on every platform you can look up CharlieMaverick. I'll be there. I'll be in the comments in Black Smoke Barbecue as well. So follow us, Black Smoke Barbecue, everywhere. Y'all stay safe out there. God bless. And we'll talk to you next time.